Hello lovelies, Moon Princess here. It's been a while. So I'm here in New York and I was hoping to record this in Central Park, right? Because it would be amazing. But it's been raining since yesterday. It's still like showering a little. And you know, usually rain is not so good for cards. So I'm recording from an indoor site. But I think it's good. Like, we're still in New York, right? I really love the city. I just like I don't know, I just like the convergence of all these different cultures in one place. Like, you walk down the street and you hear 10 different languages, so I love that. But so I'm almost at the end of my trip in the USA. I'm tired. But it's always lovely to be in New York. So yay! So that's my intro. Here you have another comparison, because you know me, I love comparison videos. So I got this deck and I originally got the Borderless, this one on the right. So this is the Dreamkeepers tarot, and you can see Dreamkeepers tarot. So this one came numbered because this was the pre-order through the Kickstarter. I was actually like about to do the Kickstarter, but then I don't know, like shipping costs and all that, but it was like something confusing me about this deck, and it was like, no, maybe it's not for me. I let it go. And then Kickstarter ended and I started, like, the deck was still in my mind, and then one night, and I probably said this before, it was like a new moon, no, or a dark moon, or no moon night, and that was the day, I think it was November 19, if I recall correctly. I mean, I'm just going off memory, so I think, yeah, November 19, and I was like, the deck was starting to ship that day, and I was like, I need to get it. I couldn't, like, just like immediately bought it, and I love it, like, I love it. So I got the Borderless, and then I thought, like, well, you know, it's really a lovely deck, so I could use a backup. I'm sorry about, yeah, so I'm by the window, and it's not even enough natural light, but well, I'll try to do it like this end. So then I got the bordered, you know, so it's a backup, but it's a little different. And I think, like, if you want to see, you know, like, because there's a lot of discussion, you know, between bordered, borderless, which one you want. So let's get into that. So I'll put this there, or maybe not, because it creates a shadow. Okay, so I've reordered the one I was using to the order she has. So here you have the bordered, and some people really don't like borders, but some others are like really into borders, and some are like, I like some borders, I don't like some borders, right? All different combinations there. So I just want to see, you know, like, for me and like for anyone who's interested. No, so obviously, same cardstock, no, exactly the same cardstock, beautiful cardstock, shuffles really well, and you can see, you know, so of course with the Borderless, you get a bigger size, you know, you get more of the image. There's a nice decoration, no, with the bordered, and you get the number on top, and here you get the number on the bottom, just like a minor intrusive thing. But then I was thinking, with the bordered, you get a little bit more of the image, and we can notice it here, no? So for example, see the space here? Or the space there? And for example, you can see, like, this is like a paper thing, right? It reminds me of a paper plane. And you can see here, try to focus there, yeah. You can see there, it is like chopped a little. So the image is larger, but you lose the finer detail on the border, right? Because she has to adjust to a size, so you will lose a little bit on the outside. And I mean, it's not a major thing at all, no. So if you definitely love the Borderless, it's a bigger image, no. And I love this full, no. See, like the moon, but it's like a plant, like a tree. And, just like, if you start looking into every little detail, you start like falling more and more in love with it. There are some odd things, which the odd things at first threw me off, but then I was like so intrigued by them. So let me refocus. There we go. And start comparing. So the Fool, then we get the Magician, and she actually, oh, I didn't know that she kept the name here, because yeah, I was under the understanding that she renamed it to the Creatrix. A little warning here, this deck is a little feminine, well, feminine and masculine, but it's slightly tilted towards the feminine side. No, you will see like a lot of the cards that are usually male, she has females, and she also changed the order on the court cards. So she has Page, Knight, traditional order, but then she has kings and then queens, you know, like putting the queen sort of above the king. I actually feel like the king and the queen are like equal figures. No, it's just like a process, and then you're representing a male aspect and a feminine aspect. And as I said this before, I'm sorry I'm repetitive, but for me, every human being has both Fail will do. Well, Fail will be female and male. There you go, Fail. Just kidding. So every human being has a feminine aspect and a masculine aspect within themselves. No, it's sort of like, I don't know, like call it yin yang, call it left side of the brain, right side of the brain, call it, I don't know, call it whatever you want. No, there's a lot of us inside of us that it's dual. No, so I think that duality is inherent in us. And yes, no, like you can be pushing towards the feminine or pushing towards the masculine. I think we achieve to try to balance. No, and it's definitely, it's not about if you're a woman, a man, or however you want to define yourself, but I think it's about those two characteristics that we call, I mean, we call them this, no? But it's definitely, that's what I'm saying, no? Call it yin and yang. You need both energies, no? So anyhow, that's like the balance. Oh yeah, you will hear some music because there's some noise here, so I thought like, well, let's complement it with legal YouTube music. So, because I definitely don't want to take them to take the video down, right? So I really enjoy the Creatrix as a name. This one I bought afterwards, so I don't know if she decided to went back or if it was always the Magician for the Borderless. I think I'm falling more in love with the cardstock, but it's not my favorite cardstock. Nope, I already have a favorite so far. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I do love, no, how like the image pops, but I also don't mind like the border. Like right now, some people are saying like this is great like for path work, like because you can zoom into the, like it contains the image and then you can navigate to it. And in this one you get the message, or it's just a preference, I guess. Now here we have the High Priestess. Powerful, powerful indeed. The Empress, no, with this almost like naked but flowers sky dress. Oh my god, like she's beautiful, she's amazing. Then we have the Emperor, no, with the rams from Aries. Quite powerful. And again, now there's been some controversy on the Emperor. Every card I think also can be positive or negative. No, even the Empress, even anything. Then we have the Hierophant. And actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure she says so. I have the guidebook, but I have it back in Mexico, so I don't have it here. But this gives me Hecate, like Hecate vibes all the way. No, you can see she has the staff, the snake, the three faces. Hecate is also represented with three bodies, but I'm 97% sure this is Hecate. At least, I mean, even the representation is super close to the goddess. And guess what? Today is also a new moon. I think this is gonna be my Hecate deck because there are a lot of new moon references with this deck. Amazing. Then we have the Lovers. The Lovers is actually the cover of the book and also of the boxes. And I think the Lovers, no? Let me zoom in into the faces there. So you can see, no, the birds wearing these masks, no, and it's also a reference, like, we all wear masks. Like, I was gonna say in another video, but I was like, well, I'm wearing a mask right now, right? The mask is like, I'm not showing my face. I'm still not comfortable with that. So you hear my voice, you see my hands, you can see the cards, no, but that is also a mask, no? And I think we all wear different masks to work through society, like one for work, maybe one for friends, one for family. And masks is not good or bad. It's just like you change a little with, you adapt, no, or you show a different side of yourself with a different group of people. And I think the important part is, if you know who you are, if you don't lose track of your real self, then we're good. No, the masks are there and help us function in the world, sort of, quote unquote, keep society together, as long as we don't lose ourselves, right? Like, keep in mind who you are. And this is a constant discovery. Learning who we are, it's not easy. Then we have the Chariot. I love this Chariot. Like, some of them feel like more statue-like, which can or cannot be my favorite thing. Look like she's like leaning, no, on the two masks traditionally here. No, she has the moons, then she has like the night cape. Oh, sorry, I'm like covering the whole card. And the horses, no, like so leaning into each other. It's just, I mean, the artwork is exquisite, and then her ideas, her depictions, you start going more and more in depth, you know, with each card. It's just amazing. It's just so profound. Strength, like, oh, the egg, the snake, the missing cutouts. It's just that's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, this music, it's a little like, well, I was just looking for some background interesting noise, right? Besides like the AC and whatever else is running nearby. Then we have the Hermit, and as I said, no, here you can see she's leaning towards the feminine, no, the female or feminine side, no, the Hermit being a woman, no, and she's like looking into this sort of reflection in the mist, in the clouds. Yeah, no, and you can see like the little, like this side of her other self or inner self or whatever you want to call it. She's carrying, no, the light, or here, the little light, and she's like looking, no, for that light. You can even see like a little reference here. I so need to finish reading Right Guidebook because it's lovely. I read the inner, like the initial part, the whole story, know how it took her like almost 10 years to complete the deck. She started like with photographs of the elements, you know, of the cups, the sword, the pentacle, the knight, and the sword. So yes, it's really interesting, like her trip, her journey. I think she does amazing artwork. So these are the fates. Oh, here she gave the fates, no, and you can see like a reflection here, like a two, just like the peeling, no, of these three women. It's women, sorry. It's no, and you can see that like the scissors. She's holding something else. I'm not sure what. Let me see if we can figure out what she's holding. Let me see here. No, I'm not quite sure what she's holding. What do you think, guys? Like a little purse? Like a little purse with something in it? Like a handle? Like that blue turquoise color. You can see clearly these are scissors, and I don't see the other women holding anything. Right? I mean, it's just amazing, no? Oh, she has a clock. The clock, I can see now that. Oh, no, the clock for the Wheel of Fortune. Very appropriate. So you can see these are the numbers of a clock on the lake that they are like standing and reflecting. I'm telling you, like, you start looking more and more into these cards and you discover like new things. That's what I love making videos, because I mean, I love to share it with the world, but it's also, it brings me another perspective. Okay, let's make it a little faster, because if not, this is gonna take forever. Then we have Justice. Beautiful, no? That balance, no? And she has like 4 arms, no? Holding different elements. You can see a little man here, like the butterflies. It's just, no? And then like the almost faceless mask or expression, or sort of an egg. Take your best guess. It's just lovely. A little weird, maybe a little scary, but like, so outstanding, no, astonishing. Then we have the Hanged Woman, and you can see again, no, like she's leaning more towards the feminine side, but she's she's gorgeous, and I think so. She on and off, no, worked on the deck for 10 years. Not all of the paintings were specifically created for the deck. So some paintings she was like, oh, these, like, maybe subconsciously or unconsciously, she was like drawing that arcane, but not intentionally. In the book, you can actually get a list for all the paintings and the card, each correspondence with the card and the name of the painting. So it's really, I mean, I think this was intentional, or, well, I don't know. But, I mean, the detail, the subtlety, like, it's just so classy, airy. She feels almost like a fairy folk. I don't know. It's just, I mean, yes, she's hanging, but she's like so comfortable, like she's doing this sort of like a meditation state. Then we have Death. Again, the snake surrounding her. You can see a sculptor, like plant. It sort of connects with the plant, It's just, and like the red really pops. Oh, it's so lovely. And we have Temperance, and I love like the jigsaw puzzle, the little bird there. A very different take on Temperance. You don't see like the classic water balancing, but you definitely have water. You definitely get that, and then just like I think the balance, between like oneself to the other, like, again. I'm gonna try to take less for each card. The Devil, very, very appropriate. The Tower. Oh man, I've been experiencing a Tower moment, so it's such a heavy card, but it's painful growth. It's what it is. You can see the figures falling, like she's sort of like breaking from the each side. But remember, no matter what, we keep the bases, like our structure, core structure, or like the basis bricks remain, even if the tower falls down. So it's asking us to reconstruct. Then we get the Star. It's a little weird with the like fish bottom, like a siren, a skeleton thing. Love the raven here with the flowers. She's beautiful. Then, but I mean, the Moon, well, yeah. I think the Moon was one of the cards that really, really got me on this deck. It's just, you can also see some of a skull, but then she's like, it's like you are the Moon. The Moon is like your reflection, but also like, man, like loving yourself kind of thing. And you can see here, Amours et Dolores, which, if I'm correct, means like love and pains. I would say like Amores y Dolores in Spanish, sort of. Then we get into the Sun. The Sun is also, I mean, I like a sort of the male-ish figure there, but it's also featuring a woman, right? So, but I do like the balance and just the subtlety in the color. Know that it really goes like the deck is very very cohesive. No, so some cards do pop out. No, like the red that we saw with the which card? With the death card. No, so we saw red there popping, but I think it goes very very well into the same palette for sure. Then we have Judgment. I just love the green, no? Like a little reference to death, no? But this is like Judgment part. It's just like pulling the roots or holding roots there. Roots like resemble veins. And the world. I love her world. You can see 8 hands, no? There's something interesting in the headpiece. Like all the lines, and she's like on top of the world, but like part of the world and being the world. So I definitely love that. Then she has wands first. I think she has wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So a little, I mean, I usually see, yes, fire first, but then I would see like fire, air, swords, then cups, then pentacles. So she switched, like first she has cups then swords. That's the only difference. Tradition. I mean, you can sort of order your suits as however you want. Traditionally, I do see fire first, then earth at the end, and then the change she made for the court cards. I do like that. We will get to there now. So the kings are males. No, she's not changing that, which I really really adore. She's just changing the order, which is, I think, a valuable contribution, no? She's like, okay, so if it's also about searching balance, it's perfectly good to make the switch, no? If you think the queen and the king are at the same level, then, yeah, it's okay to mix it around. So you can see, like a powerful witch here for the Ace of Wands. I love it. And just like peeking into the keyhole with all her potions, they're in the, I don't know, apothecary or her, I don't know, private place to keep all these potions. 2 of Wands. I mean, again, those reds popping, and then you get like some of another figure. She's like lifting her dress. It's just amazing. The headpiece. Like her mind is just definitely interesting. Then we get the 3 of Wands. And you can see now there's a lot of women in this deck. The 4 of Wands. We get sort of a balance. Very like tree-like, very earthy. The 5 of Wands. Just love like that faceless head with the fire and the other one holding the fire. Okay, we're gonna go faster now. The 6 of Wands, a very, very lovely depiction of victory. She eating the grapes, and the other ones are like, but definitely she's enjoying her victory. The 7 of Wands, that, like, yes, it's a lovely take, and like, it's almost like a headpiece, but also her head. You can sort of see some of part of the face here. Besides the bird, but definitely interesting. Then you get the 8 of Wands. And I do love like she incorporates some other than just the wands. It's interesting that she depicts them going upside instead of downside, because the 8 of Wands is usually to ground yourself. In this case, it seems like she's lifting. Again, I will have to read the guidebook and like her take on that. The 9 of Wands, not so much as a one, right? There, you can sense some in like conflict. Interesting how she's like stepping on her tiptoes there. The 10 of Wands, I love it. Just like this structure thing here on the bottom is just on the mirror, with, yeah, it's just, she definitely does interesting things. Then we get into the court cards. So the Page of Wands, adore her. The Knight of Wands, very chivalrous. You can see the mix, no, of the armor and a typical suit. Then we get the King, no, he's sort of like in the spotlight. And the Queen, and this Queen is just like, look at her. She's beautiful. No, again, I play with the masks and just like, it's all lovely. Yeah, definitely her queens are amazing. I do have like one queen that I'm not huge fan of, but it's okay. Then we get into the Ace of Cups. Lovely. Some of an airy feeling, no, balancing, but very watery as well. Oh, sorry. The Two of Cups. And actually the Two of Cups reminds me a little bit of the Devil. Let me pull that one. No, you can also see, no, the like the duality there. And I mean, the Devil Lovers, it's very, I mean, they are definitely related. What she has for the Lovers, no, the Lovers here is a little different, so definitely you can see more the relationship with the Devil. Okay, the Two of Cups. Then we have the Three of Cups. Yeah, lovely, lovely picture there. Four of Cups. No, that sort of nostalgia and like, yeah, it's like still wanting more despite everything you have. Then we get into the Five of Cups. Yeah, that I like that this take down the reflection. She almost like, she's almost like, at least the two cups are more present, like the ones that are still standing, than the three that are like already down, or the ones that are already full. Then we get into the Six of Cups. You can see the childs there, you know, like these two girls like really into each other. And then the swan, just like the skeleton swan, it's amazing. Seven of Cups. Those rings. Multiple faces there. Your Eight of Cups. Your Nine of Cups. This is one of my favorite pictures of like, or her paintings. Just like how she's reaching, you know, into your like your inner self with the cups and the butterflies. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. And the Ten of Cups. Now you have your rainbow, the cups. Definitely this feeling, you know, of accomplishment, joy. Then you have your Page of Cups. I really like her take now on the cup and the fish, again with the siren. We also saw now like sort of another siren figure there. The Knight, I also adore this Knight. You know, like she's like leaning into this watery, airy figure, and the moon in the background behind the trees is just We have the King, and I love this King and Queen, you'll see. Isn't it lovely? The Queen and King of Cups. Love this pairing. Then we go into the Ace of Swords. Isn't she powerful or what? The Two of Swords. Three of Swords. I do like, no, again, the faceless body. Just like holding their heart with those three swords. your Four of Swords. Doesn't give me that restful vibe. I mean, it's definitely resting, but the swords, I don't know, sort of, because they're pointing up, they feel a little bit more aggressive to me. Then we have the Five of Swords, and this stick is very, very interesting. No, she's like an octopus with a hook. No, like you can see she's like grabbed by a hook. Very, very. It's a dark card for me. No, then the Seven of Swords, like she's being a peacock and not, and just so interesting. Then we get the Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords. No, like the ocean inside her, the boats. It's just, she's amazing. This is Liz Houston, right? The creator. The Nine of Swords, definitely no. Those repetitive thoughts in your head, like, oh, frustrating, no? And the Ten of Swords. And I do like her Ten of Swords, no? You can see she's almost like peacefully resting on the swords. Some of them are piercing her, yeah, maybe. But she doesn't feel conflicted about it. No? This music, guys. This music is so weird. Like the shuffle. We'll make it. Then we have our Page of Swords. I think Swords is my least favorite court cards with her. So you can see the Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. I do like this knight. Like the horse, the black horse, the crows there. But I mean, then the King of Swords is like, okay. I mean, I like her take on the multiple hands, definitely. And then this Queen, I mean, she looks very statue-like to me, which, I mean, I think she's a statue, right? Or, I don't know. But, I mean, I know that the Queen of Swords is the coldest of them all, right? But she sort of feels too, I don't know, maybe a little too cold with the stone, like the marble thing. I don't know. Maybe I need to work on that. But yeah, this is my least favorite Queen. Then we get into the Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, lovely woman there. The Two of Pentacles, you know, this sort of strange balance. Three of Pentacles. Oh, like that one I adore. It's so weird, but again with the butterfly. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. A balance in your possessions. Then we get the Five of Pentacles. That longing. The Six of Pentacles. Who's gonna get the money? Your Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Working on those pentacles. Oh, I love this Nine of Pentacles. She feels so... Again, no, I love how the reds pop. No, those little birds and like her position of the arms and the pentacles, like doing this fan thing. Adore it. Then the Ten of Pentacles. No, very interesting take. Let us just zoom into... Whoops. You can see here. No, so... This like... what's the word? We call them dientes de león. Oh, I forgot about the word in English, sorry. And then this like frog. It's like a skeleton frog, right? Yep. Very, very interesting. Okay, then we get into the Page of Pentacles. She definitely likes, no, the spiral with the snakes and dragon-like figures. And a lot of skeletons. Yeah, I think this is perfect Hecate deck. Our Knight of Pentacles. No, very vivacious. The King of Pentacles. Definitely well suited. And the Queen of Pentacles. She's happy with her rabbits. And the backs are exactly the same. I think I heard someone that said that didn't like the backs. I actually adore these backs. I do love them. They're non-reversible. No, you can definitely see, no, the arrow pointing there. So definitely not reversible. It also reminds me of chess. I don't know why, but I definitely love them. So if you don't have it, guys, I don't know what you're doing, because it's a lovely deck. Well, that's what I like. Now that there are so many decks out there, and it's just like, it's almost like for every taste there's one out there. I love that. So hope you enjoy. Hope this wasn't too long. Getting back on it. I'm gonna do a couple more videos today if possible. Just wish, like, if it stopped raining, then I definitely want to get into Central Park. So we'll see. Take care, lovelies. Ciao.